Welcome to 5-Star Weekly. Carlos Bocanegra is out, but is it too little too late? We get into all that and more coming up. Before we get into it, yes, Atlanta United won 1-0 against Charlotte FC over the weekend. We'll have that review very shortly. But shouts out to our Patreon members. And especially Gavin, Jordan, Niall, Andrew, and Chris. You guys are legends. But so the Charlotte match, the reverse fixture unfortunately saw us lose 3-2 at the Benz, and so there was some revenge to exact. But Atlanta United were able to do it, and that match, of course, was back in June, where there was a good bit of back and forth with the fans in the stadium too, where Charlotte's fans were a little bit louder at times than us, and that was not to be had. That is not acceptable, and I think that definitely helped them kind of get that win. And so, the fans that went over the holiday weekend to Bank of America Stadium, well, yes, we were able to kind of exact some measure of revenge with the loudness that we were able to exude. So definitely much kudos to the traveling fans, because yes, in the first half of this match, it definitely showcased Alexey Miranchuk's impact, I feel like, which I think it pieced together our attack. It led to pretty much nearly 60% of the possession in the first half, where it looked like we had the better of the chances. As far as kind of the ticking along and how fast we were playing, it was 1-2 touches for a lot of it, and runs were being rewarded. It shows the spatial awareness of Alexey Miranchuk, where he basically, I noticed he was checking his shoulder a lot, checking pretty much every single time he was on the pitch. He was looking around. He was knowing where to play the ball before he even got the ball, and that is absolutely important. And I think that's a pretty big difference between he and Thiago Almada, is that he plays fast. He definitely doesn't linger on the ball if he doesn't need to, and the decision making is definitely just quicker. And it seems like as well the defensive awareness is pretty good as well. And it's pretty surprising he lasted 90 minutes, taken off at the 90th minute, still was contributing defensively as well. Seemed interested in the defensive plays when maybe we didn't have the ball. So off the ball, definitely he quells a little bit of those concerns that we had, and as well the work rates. I think from a attacking standpoint and from a defensive standpoint, lasting the full 90. I mean, definitely if he can keep that up, that is huge. But so as far as looking at overall of his performance, he did have one shot that was a little bit wayward, probably not the best indication of his shooting prowess, but it also did seem like he's more of that facilitator, that's kind of very light version of a kind of Mesut Ozil, where didn't use his right foot that much, but he was really trying to help his teammates, put them in good scoring positions, and had several good either a lofted ball or a through ball in behind the defense. But there was a chance in the box where he probably should have shot. He decided to kind of stand it up to the back post. And yeah, I kind of want to see a little bit more aggressiveness from him. It could have, he very well could have gotten the opener or maybe our second goal, and it would have put us under less duress. But honestly, yeah, the getting into the second half, I mean, where there was a little bit more of Charlotte's adjustment. They still didn't seem all that dangerous, which was very interesting with their new signings. Pep Biel, I mean, he definitely seemed a little bit more of the kind of danger man, but also Tim Ream. I mean, yeah, for Charlotte, he did look class. I mean, he with his left foot spraying passes all around, and really kind of eluding Jamal Tiare a good bit. And so, yeah, I mean, it is perplexing though why Charlotte pretty much all of their shots were right at Braguzan, which he was well placed, he was well positioned, but yeah, it's very, very curious how Charlotte just seemed very, very much toothless. And we were able to sniff out most of their attacks. And even for us being up 1-0, it didn't really seem that much of a worry. It honestly, I think we were handling everything that they were throwing at us. With the goal from Jay Fortune, where he was able to ride a challenge, good little, kind of 3-pass build-up, and then he just ran rampant, and he was able to find some space outside of the box, shoot it low to the left, beat the keeper, where he was a little unsighted and definitely saw it late, but it was a rocket shot, worm burner that's hit with some major aplomb. And for the first goal of his MLS career, it's a good one. It's the winner. And definitely he's been playing very well recently. Many of his shots are pretty much on target. He's not really one that skies a bunch of his shots. He scalds them from distance. And I think definitely deserving, especially after the month that he's had in terms of kind of attacking wise and defensively. Just a player that has been coming into his own. And there have been some fans that are a little bit kind of saying, what is Fortune doing? What does he bring to the team? And I think he's showing that now, because it is definitely from a physicality standpoint, from a tidiness standpoint, I think he is a player that is definitely getting stronger, and there's definitely more to come. So as far as Braguzan and his contributions in this match, I think he definitely I think kept us in this game, for one. Made some smart saves, and also just was always well positioned. Their keeper, now, he probably kept us from really kind of blowing it a little bit wider open. There was a chance from Lennon to Tiare where it was arrowing for the top right corner, and the keeper was able to make a diving save to keep it out. A little bit maybe the theatrics, but still, either way, us 19 shots with 6 on target. It's a pretty good night where, yeah, I think if we can continue to have those type of nights, yeah, more or less more of them will go in. Ultimately at the end of the night, Charlotte had a little bit more possession as, yeah, they were trying to fight to get back into the match. But, yeah, a fairly even match for the most part. To some degree, it was just the goal was the difference. And, yeah, I think from the chances that Miranchuk and also, the rest of the team we were creating, there were definitely some chances that, man, yeah, there was a through ball to Shane Silva that he definitely should have put on target. At the very least, he was completely open and unmarked, and he put it out wide. There was the Shane Silva chance where he fashioned it to Saba Lapsanice, who was streaking into the box from the right side and was able to head it, but it was completely off. And that one should have at least been on target as well. Yeah, definitely number of ones that should have been put away. But alas, we were able to be resolute, 1-0. And yeah, I mean, one of these type of matches away that's it's a rarity. And yeah, we get our 8th win of the season. And yeah, it's our 7th game winning from a winning position. Basically, I think we are 7-2-3. So definitely, yeah, it's the importance of us scoring first. Super duper important. So, but yeah, that is the match review. Atlanta United have 2 home matches coming up at the Benz, and it will be against Nashville and Inter Miami. We'll have that preview later in the coming week, next week. But yeah, let's get into the news. And boy, do we have some news. But first off, Jay Fortune, he was named to the MLS Team of the Match Day. And yeah, it's his first appearance on the MLS Team of the Match Day. He joins Brad Guzan, Saba Lapsanice, Stian Gregerson, and Jamal Tiare. Also, Caleb Wiley and Yorgos Yakimakis as players that have earned the honor so far this season. So, well earned. Next bit of news is Luis Abram, Saba, and Bartosz Ślisz were called up by their respective national teams for the upcoming international window. Hopefully they come back healthy. Yeah, congratulations to them on those call-ups. Next bit of news, Vieira Mania MX, a Twitter/X account, they have reported that Gonzalo Pineda has gained a lot of strength to possibly lead Liga MX side Club Leon, but apparently his agent has asked for more, and in terms of the contract years, in terms of maybe as well money, but yeah, the comments below it are not glowing. Many of the people that I presume are Leon fans have basically said, no, please don't come, this is unfair. And yeah, that's unfortunate, but it is definitely coming from kind of a failed spell here at Atlanta United. It is definitely interesting that, yeah, maybe he's getting Liga MX's interest, not in MLS. I mean, yeah, it's he is a Mexican footballer, or former footballer. He is definitely someone from the area, so it's not surprising completely. But yeah, I mean, I would actually said, and my money would have been on that an MLS side would have been interested in him first. But such is the interest. I guess it can be surprising, but yeah. So next bit of news is the big bit of news, and Carlos Bocanegra is officially out as the vice president and the technical director of Atlanta United. That's effective immediately. Garth Lagerwey, he will assume Bocanegra's duties on an interim basis for the remainder of the 2024 season, and he mentioned that in the press release, he said, quote, "We are deeply appreciative of Carlos's dedication and success over the last 9 years with Atlanta United. However, I believe it's time for our club to move in a new direction. While we continue to fight for a playoff spot down the final stretch of the season, this gives us a clean slate and a runway to properly assess all vacancies in our sporting operation ahead of what will be an extremely important offseason for our club." And yeah, Bocanegra, he originally joined the club as the technical director in 2015, and yes, obviously has built the team since the inaugural season. And yeah, of course, the trophies that were won during his tenure here: the 2018 MLS Cup, the 2019 Campeones Cup, and the 2019 U.S. Open Cup. But yeah, as far as the players that he brought in, players that won the MLS MVP, Jose Martinez, of course. Players that won the MLS Newcomer of the Year, MLS Young Player of the Year. You have the likes of Miguel Almiron, Ezequiel Barco, Pity Martinez, Thiago Almada. I mean, big names that were brought here that, definitely have made some world travels. But Arthur Blank, he got in on the quotes as well. He said, quote, "I want to personally thank Carlos for his many contributions to the success of Atlanta United on and off the pitch. He was here from the beginning and deserves much credit for our MLS championship, other trophies we've won over the last 9 years, and the way our team captured the heart of the city even before we launched in 2017. Several dynamic players signed by Carlos have been foundational to our success, including some who have moved on to opportunities in elite leagues and clubs across the world. I will always have great affection for Carlos and his beautiful family, and deep gratitude for the passion and dedication he brought to our club over the years. I wish him all the best in his future endeavors." So, Garth Lagerwey, he definitely did talk to the media afterward, and he was asked several things that I'll kind of highlight here, but basically he did say that the winner is absolutely pivotal for Atlanta United. New head coach, new GM, new 2 DP spots. He said, quote, "For the first time in 2 years, we have the ability to truly go forward. The potential here is astronomical." As well, he did praise, maybe if he's actually, maybe, is it a backhanded compliment? Who knows? But that one of Boca's core competencies, quote unquote, was signing big players, quote unquote. And Garth, his MO is probably not exactly that. His time with Seattle, his time with RSL, it's more about kind of bringing in some MLS veterans, or at least some players that don't break the bank, don't break the MLS transfer fees. As on a side note, Carlos Bocanegra did have a part in playing in our sales this summer, where Thiago Almada, he went to Botafogo for 21 million up to 30 million. Caleb Wiley went for 11 million to Chelsea and went on loan to RC Strasbourg. And of course, Yorgos Giacomakis went to Cruz Azul for $10 million. So, definitely there is a lot in the coffers for Atlanta United to play with this offseason, as we all know. But, I think that's where everybody does know. And, it is going to be part of the difficulty is not to be price gouged. But, Lagerwey, he was asked about when he lost confidence in Carlos. And he said, quote, "I don't think it's a matter of hanging the fortunes of the club on any one person. We evaluate everyone collectively, and any issues with the club ultimately stop with me. I don't know that we ever lost confidence. We just want to evolve our player model. We wanted to take a look at 2024, 2025, and have people in place to take maximum advantage of the salary cap flexibility and the 2 designated player spots that are open, and evolve the club philosophy going forward. We thought a change in leadership at the head coach and GM positions was the best way to do that." And he was asked about the status of the coaching search. "The coaching search is underway," he said, quote, "and we're working with a third-party company to cast a global net. We're in the process of speaking to people. Our interim head coach, Rob Valentino, will be part of the process. We believe our existing group can make it into the playoffs, and we're focused on making that happen over the last 7 games of the season. We want the head coaching search to progress so that the new coach can be in place as soon as the season ends and be involved in the end of the season decisions regarding players, aiming to turn things around quickly in 2025. So definitely he's saying all the right things, kind of in corporate speak for sure. And I mean, as far as the reasons why Carlos was let go, kind of evolving our player model is that big quote there. And it's interesting. It's definitely very interesting to see if that actually is the case. If how they're going to do things is going to be a little bit different, and maybe not the big name players that we have been known to bring in, either South America or from Europe now. So it is definitely, I think, as far as timing, it's definitely why now. As far as Garth Lagerwey has pretty much been here 2 years, and he's been able to audit kind of the top-down kind of processes of this club, and the fact that Bocanegra lasted 2 years. He did point out that Lagerwey. He did point out that last season's summer transfer window did go pretty well and kind of boosting us into the playoffs. But obviously the results this season that we've seen obviously went south, and so that has been a kind of probably a bigger aspect of it. But he did mention that the evaluation was based on the body of work, not just over the last 18 months, but over the last 5 years. And so, he did want to say that, that we, quote, evolved our player model into a more analytics-based evaluation process, and we felt it was time to evolve and preserve our flexibility going into 2025. And so, for the first time, we have a clean slate and an opportunity to relaunch the franchise, and we're excited about that. So, I mean, him saying a clean slate, that's definitely interesting. I mean, it seems like, he can finally get his guys in there. And it does, though, kind of put into question pretty much the last 2 years of, these guys were just lame ducks for a bit of time. And he was trying to see if maybe they could do it with another person at the head of the regime. But obviously the I guess the same things kind of persist, the same issues persist, and I mean I think you see it's like there is a soft underbelly with maybe some of the players that have been brought in. unfortunately, it's mentality at times where I think we're seeing it a little bit better, at least in the Charlotte match where we were able to see out the match 1-0. We haven't seen too many of those, and so definitely that's that type of resoluteness that we absolutely need. We give away late leads. We are always helter skelter. Trying to come back from losing positions. It's definitely, I think, as far as the type of team that we're trying to build is a little bit more strong in character, and hopefully it's not just analytics that will come into play here for Atlanta United and Garth Lagerwey. But he did also talk about Patrick Vieira. Well, at least somebody was questioning it, and he was asked if there had been conversations with Vieira. He did say that we're not going to comment on any individual coaching candidate as the search goes on. We'll conduct the process and update everyone when ready. There won't be a formal timetable on this or the GM search. We'll talk to many people and try to get educated. There are various approaches and combinations of GM and coach that can work. We're excited about doing homework and getting to know people. We have time to do it right. Just like with picking players, if we do it right, we only have to do it once. So, I mean, I can appreciate that bit about, kind of taking the time a little bit. But, it definitely seems like the timing is also very interesting. In the middle of the season, it's not at the end of the season. And, for Carlos Bocanegra to be relieved of his duties. So is a possible part of it is that, they're seeing some of the season ticket holders, maybe the renewal rate isn't as high as they thought. That could be possibly a part of it as well. There could be a number of reasons, but, to really pontificate and really, I guess, eulogize Carlos Bocanegra, it really is this. I mean, he brought us to some incredible highs, early on in his tenure, but pretty much since 2020, it seems like after, Tata left, after Frank de Boer got in here, there seemed to be a slide and a decline in the quality of the type of players that from a TAM standpoint, from a 4 to 18 to 23 kind of squad standpoint, just so many misses, unfortunately, and kind of not to just bash these players, but the likes of Jurgen Damm, Hosetu, players that were just brought in on high wages that did not contribute very much. The U22s that unfortunately now are loaned out but can't be gotten rid of. It's just tough goings when you miss time and time again. And from a roster building standpoint, ultimately, it seems like, yes, there are some better players that, it seems like, Lagerwey has a bigger hand in coming. But, yeah, ultimately, it is one of these things where, just too many players that are misfits within a system that is unclear what we're trying to do. And, I think, kind of bringing in a new technical director, a new GM, definitely has been long overdue. And, I think a lot of fans will be and have been voicing their pleasure in, unfortunately, Carlos Bocanegra's dismissal. It's never good to see a person lose their job, but, it is something that has been, I think, overdue for a lot of people, where, it just seems like we have been stagnating or really going backwards. So yeah, it is definitely something to the effect where, I mean, LA United should have probably done this way sooner. I mean, arguably, there have been fans that have been kind of voicing this on social media. You know, it's pretty much saying like, oh, well, you know, you finally did it after you lost all your fans. And I mean, you know, part of that has to feel kind of based in truth, because LA United have really been on a slide pretty much since 2020, as far as you know, even just the optics. You look at the Twitter/X following. We were the first team to 1 million followers, but now we're at, I think, 990. It's just been a steady decline, steady and slow decline for some years, but pretty much half a decade. But yeah, so you know, definitely Carlos Bocanegra, wish he and his family all the best. He has been you know, a servant to LA United, and you know, we do have to thank him for that. He has represented us from a community standpoint in an affable manner. But yeah, so next bit of news is LA United 2 defeated rivals Chattanooga FC 4-3 in a thriller on Sunday night at Finley Stadium. 4 LA United players found the back of the nets. Ashton Gordon, first professional goal. Kareem Tamimi, then the match winner in the 99th minute. And yeah, definitely congratulations to the Twos. LA United 2, they will conclude a 3-match road trip on Friday, September 6th, when they face NYC FC 2 at Belson Stadium. So that does it for the news, and it gets us to the mailbag. And you guys send in these questions through Discord and IG story. Please continue to do so, and we might answer your question in the future. So, first question comes from greatest Josh Cohen fan. Does Miranchuk have to get his first goal or assist versus Nashville, who are nearly contenders for the wooden spoon? I mean, he doesn't have to. I think you know, it would be absolutely you know, great if he did. But you know, Nashville are a very good defensive side to a degree. You know, at least they used to be. But now, obviously, you know, from a defensive standpoint, they still are strong. Their problems have always been scoring. And so, you know, if he gets his first goal or assist, it will be, you know, not easy. So, at the very least, you know, I think if he can pretty much stick together our lines like he did versus Charlotte, then I feel like, you know, it would be a successful outing for him. But a goal and assist, it would be happy days for sure. Next question comes from Omar3237. He asks, if LA United qualifies for the playoffs, should Rob Valentino keep his job and give him a fair chance with DPs, or should we move on regardless? If so, how important would you guys consider the coach to be? I think, you know, as far as the first question, you know, Rob Valentino, should he keep his job? I feel like, you know, as admirable of you know, kind of performance as he has had so far in terms of turning some of our away form around, I think it's still a little bit early on for Rob Valentino. You know, I'm not sure that I've seen quite enough yet. Even if we do make the playoffs, I think, you know, we do need that that coach that can bring that 20% more out of our players and have that kind of pedigree to attract even bigger names, or at the very least, you know, kind of other names across MLS to come here. So I think that bit is very, very important. And so I think as far as the coach, it is massive. And, you know, the importance on a head coach. While Garth Lagerwey has mentioned that it probably is only the Pareto principle of 20% better with a good head coach. I think we should maximize all the percentages that we can. And 20% is still nothing to sneeze at. We absolutely should try to maximize our entire kind of wealth of potential that we know we have. So, a top coach should be brought in, and if we have a whole search firm and all that, and we go with the same interim head coach, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's a little bit of a failure. Valentino will, in this 7 games. Even in the playoffs, yeah, he would have to do a lot. And I'm not sure I see that. But, if he does, that, of course, is good for Atlanta United, and I'm happy for that. So, I'm open to Valentino keeping the job if he's able to prove some massive things in the next run-in. But as of right now, today, September 5th, not sure I see that quite yet. So, but yeah, that does it for the mailbag. That's a quick one this episode, but that pretty much is the episode there and there, except for the question of the day. The question of the day is, did we fire Carlos Bocanegra too little too late? Or did we do it at the right time? Let us know in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that is the episode. And remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.